Hello and welcome back to GP Film Review. I know I'm a little late on this one, but today I'm going to be reviewing Dune Part 2. By the way, there will be some spoilers ahead. So I'm going to start off by just reading off the film's synopsis. Alright, so Paul Atreides unites with Chani and the Fremen while seeking revenge against the conspirators who destroyed his family. Facing a choice between the love of his life and the fate of the universe, he must prevent a terrible future only he can foresee. And I want to start off this review by just giving my personal thoughts on this film. And honestly, I think that this film is what cinema is all about. Dune Part 2 is near perfection on almost all aspects. It is definitely one of the best movies I've seen in a very long time. I'd like to start my actual review by going over a character analysis. And honestly, I enjoyed almost every single character in this film. They are all very well written, and every actor did a very good job portraying each character. I would have to say, though, Paul Atreides had the most character development over this film and Dune Part 1. This was definitely due to the fact that he's the main character and he's meant to go through all these changes, but I just really enjoy the entire journey that this character went on, and I think that Timothée Chalamet did a very good job portraying him. He went from being a character who didn't want to be a leader to leading an army to take back the land that originally belonged to that army. I could see the struggle he faced as he had to choose between the woman he loved and saving lives. He's truly a selfless character. Next up, I want to talk about the cinematography in this film. And I think the cinematography in this film was absolutely insane. They did a lot of extreme long shots in this film, and they were all just so beautiful. They really made a desert shot look more beautiful than a green field that could have been filled with flowers. I also really enjoyed all the rack focus shots that they did in this film. You guys might not know what rack focus is, but if you didn't, rack focus is when the cinematographer switches the focus in the shot from one focal point to another. Like if the camera was focusing on me and it just switched and focused on something behind me that was originally blurred out. And I just really enjoy all those shots. Next up, I'm going to kind of go over, this is usually the part of the film review where I go over my personal thoughts to improve the movie, but I don't really have anything to say. I feel like this movie was as close to perfection as you could get. And I do think the beginning of the film is a little slow, but that happens in almost all stories during the buildup of that story. Next up, I would like to talk about the director's role in the storytelling for a little bit. I think that the directing and storytelling is what made this film so great. The directors and writers on this film did a great job building up the tension and action while also making it flow. It seemed a little slow at the beginning, but then this film just flew right by. And by the end, I was like, was that really almost 3 hours? And I feel like they did a better job on the pacing and storytelling than they did in Dune Part 1, because Dune Part 1 just felt so long, and it just felt like they were dragging out a story. But I really loved how they picked up right where they left off in the first movie and focused on that for a bit, and then went back and developed the antagonists of this film a little more. It takes a lot to make a great film, and the building blocks to start with that is the storytelling and the directing. So I thank both the directors and the writers for delivering such a great film. Next up, I want to talk about the sound of the film. And honestly, I think the sound in this film really elevated the action and the emotion in it. It also did a great job bringing the theme in the Dune theme in over and over again without it feeling overplayed. Very underrated part of the film, in my opinion. Next, I want to give some other thoughts quickly. I truly love this film, and I hope they continue to adapt all the books in the Dune series. This series, I think, has the potential to be better than Star Wars. Now, I don't think it'll ever reach Star Wars fan level or box office sales that Star Wars has hit, but I do think that the quality of the films and the spectacle that is the Dune films could be better. Alright, so overall, I'd give this film a 9.5 out of 10. Near perfection. The characters were well written, and the actors portrayed the characters to near perfection. The cinematography was insane. I love the extreme long shots and the rack focus shots. The directors and screenwriters did an amazing job with the story and pacing of the film. Lastly, the sound in this film just brought it over the top for me. The sound elevated every scene it was in, with the tension building and the Dune theme just playing over and over again. And like I said earlier, it has the potential to be better than Star Wars. And that concludes my review of Dune Part 2. If you enjoyed this film review, please leave a like and subscribe if you would like to see more of my film reviews. Thank you.